Jonah with Snowtrekker Tents, and today we're going to go over our 9 by 11.5 base camp in specs and interior volume with cots and ground pads. So as I said, this is our 9 by 11.5 base camp. It features a 9 foot wide by 11.5 deep footprint with 3 pickets per side at 28 inches high to create a nice, generous, long sidewall. And as you'll notice, the stove exits out at an angle on this side over here, and that's allowing that sidewall to pull out really effectively, and it'll give the most optimal room for the stove and space inside of the tent to give that vertical sidewall to free up space. And this was one of our first tents specifically designed to run standard cots in along with taller individuals. I'm 6'5". This tent features a 7-foot ridge height, so it's really easy for me to stand up in, and at only 27 pounds with the frame is really light to pack. So come on inside, let's check out how much space you have. So in here we have 2 standard 25-inch wide by 75-inch long cots and our medium stove that we recommend with this tent. And what that gives you is a little over 4 feet in between the 2 cots. It gives you a 6-foot by 4-foot opening in front of the stove while still maintaining plenty of space from the stove, sidewalls, cots to be safe while you're camping. If you want, you could put 3 cots in here, which would leave you with about a foot or a little bit less walkway in between cots if you wanted it really tight, but you could squeeze 3 cots in here. We do consider this tent with the stove in it a 2-cot, 3 to 4 on ground pad tent. So let's go and we'll switch this out so you can take a look at what ground pads look like in here. Now we have 3 of this original Rid Rest ground pads in here showing space with the ground pads. And there's a couple different ways you can run ground pads in this tent. So I have it set up with 1 along the vertical sidewall, 2 in line with the back wall. And if you're running 4, it's pretty easy to take this ground pad and you guys just go right together. You can run another pad here and still be plenty far away from the stove to be safe. Another option is to run all 3 in line with the sidewall, just giving yourself a decent amount of space in between, especially if you're only running 3 people, which leaves up by the stove open for gear. And a nice thing with the 28-inch sidewall when running cots, you can use that cot as a camp chair because you can sit and there's enough space where you're sitting on the leading edge of the cot and you're not having to duck over on that sidewall. If you have any questions regarding our tents, feel free to reach out to us via our contact page or give us a phone call. Thank you.